We think it's funny anyway.
I think it's hilarious. Because we're just genuinely damn funny people.
We are.
Okay, let's get something going.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Midnight Movie Distillery. I'm one of your hosts, Logan.
I'm another one of your hosts, Warwick Price. I have a surname.
And I'm Lon Black. Good to see you guys.
Absolutely.
I left out my last name because I think we
out of
haven't talked about somebody that passed away.
I
recently.
know.
Yeah.
Sad news.
So
Let's do
that
it.
was like my moment of silence there.
Oh, I got it. Okay, I get it.
Isn't he
now.
your granddad? Is that what it was? Or?
Yeah, something like that.
Your uncle?
Along with Eric Clapton.
Yeah, that was.
Sorry, that's a joke. You have to go back.
You have to watch a couple episodes and you'll get into that. So what are we going to do?
By the way, in case you don't know what we're talking about, David Lynch died the other day.
Oh, we didn't.
Actually, not the other day
It was
at this point. It's
January 16th.
a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
A little bit ago.
Sad day. I did go back and rewatch like every movie.
I did notice on Plex there was a shit ton of Lynch movies that were just flooding Plex.
And I will tell you, so if you do watch them, there is a movie that's called David Lynch Shorts.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Saw that.
Watch that.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to watch all of the shorts that are also on there.
Because they're individual in this.
Right, and the good thing about the David Lynch Shorts movie is it's a documentary where he talks about the creation of the shorts, and then you actually watch the short. So it's a lot more interesting.
Thank you, Warwick Price. Good to see him.
That sounds like
Okay.
great.
Wait, you got to do this too. He's like, and then those things.
And then those things.
Those are funny things that Warwick's saying over there. All right.
Anyway.
So what movie we're going to review?
Well, we're doing something a little different this time, right?
We are a little bit
different, but
but used to be what we always
we're going back to our old format
Back to
of
old
having a single episode that has the alcoholic beverage review and the movie review all in one. So if you're one of the people that apparently prefer the movie review,
one of the people.
well, one of the 105 people.
Oh, we have 105 now. Thanks, by the way.
Then you can kind of skip forward to just the movie review. But otherwise, obviously, we hope that you watch the whole thing as is. So, movie we're watching tonight.
Or we watched.
That we're reviewing tonight.
There you go.
God, it seems like it's been ages since we've done this.
I don't know what we're doing. I never know what we're doing.
Is Wolf Man.
Wolf, and then there's a space.
As opposed to Wolf Man.
Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Mr. Lynch?
I
Wolf
found
and
that
Man?
out the hard way.
It's
Then
not
Man?
Wolf Spaceman.
I was like, why is Benicio del Toro in this? I didn't remember that. And I was like, oh, no. So,
Just 15 years too early.
yeah.
But obviously, we're still going to start with the same way we normally do, and that's alcohol. What do we got?
I have been so excited.
He has.
He's going Mr. Miyagi.
I've been
He's been
texting
texting
you
us.
guys regularly saying, can we just record an episode because I've got something really special. So
And he
this
also has
is
whiskey.
this is our Wolf Man episode, right?
Oh, wow. See, I actually went 5 o'clock shadow just for this because I thought Wolfman.
Well, then is that why you did the fangs too? And
Yes.
the nose
furrowed
is then
brow
furrowed?
and just.
Yeah.
And that's also probably because of the smell.
Yeah.
Do you remember
Question about that.
a long time ago in a galaxy far
Far
well, not
away.
that long ago, I guess, there was a certain Chicago whiskey that we reviewed that was a little off-putting to start, but it grew on us and it became one of our favorites.
Is this Jepson Malort?
Not
Oh,
Jepson
sorry.
Malort.
It would never be that.
Sorry.
No, the downtown one, right?
Well, can you be more specific? What movie are we watching?
Wolfman.
Wait, Wolf Creek? No.
You're so close.
I was going to say Wolf Creek as well.
Yeah, that's
No.
the movie.
Great
Wolf
movie,
Point.
by the way. Wolf Point.
Wolf Point. You remember Wolf Point?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so remember the issue we had with Wolf Point, it was a little hot, it was a little stinging because it was a 3-year-old whiskey.
Yep.
Yes.
Let me present the 7-year-old Wolf Point.
Wow.
I likey.
It is a Benny special, but it is, as you can see down here, it'll say, it is a 7-year bourbon.
Single barrel.
Okay.
Nice.
And single barrel, barrel proof.
Cask strength.
Cask
Nice.
strength, barrel proof, same thing. Yes,
Excellent.
cask strength.
59%.
It's a little high.
Yeah.
It's 100. What does that make it? 118.
Yeah.
So,
Wow. Interesting.
but
Great bottle as well.
I like the color.
7
Yeah.
year.
7.
I'm so excited because we talked about it going like that was the only issue. Is it was so
If
young.
they just had a little bit more time to
we
it.
can't wait till they get their
Not only
feet
did
going,
they double the time.
and they also doubled
and
the
did-
proof.
Yes. I'm interested to hear that.
What's going to be the pop?
Oh, here it comes.
Oh, it's a squeaky pop.
Mm-hmm.
She's a little dry.
Like my grandma.
Okay.
This is cologne.
Okay. I'm very excited. So remember, it was off-putting at the beginning because it's potent.
I
It's
smell
pungent.
cherries.
Well, we could read some notes on there, but I'm hoping they smoothed it out.
Not as,
But
it doesn't smell potent
but
for 118.
I say, but 118.
That's going to hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
So right, they smoothed it out and then
Yeah, then kick it right
made
in
it
again.
made it powerful again.
I like the combination though of Wolf Point.
Yes.
And Wolf
I was worried
Man.
that you
I
were going
can't
to say,
see,
"Oh, I'm just
so I'm
bringing
going
it
to say
again."
that's it
Oh, well, thank you.
because we can have more, but
Look at this.
that was probably a little heavy on you. So I apologize.
It happens.
So go ahead and give your taste
Oh.
while I read some notes on this. We all know about Wolf Point in Chicago. In case you don't, if you didn't see that episode where we originally did the 3-year-old Wolf Point, they have the art to market. Wolf Point was one of the first places in Chicagoland area before it was Chicagoland that had hotels, restaurants, or at least a hotel and a restaurant, a trading post, things like that. And now it's basically Wolf Point is the juncture where the Chicago River and the Illinois River kind of feed into each other. So that's the whole point of Wolf Point.
Wow.
So,
Don't remember, we got to vote. Don't
It's-
forget, we got to vote.
yes, that's right.
Oh, I smell a lot of. Yeah, so you can't say anything until.
Yeah, we can just tease.
I will say I've already drank.
I'm already my
two
2
in.
or 3 in.
Yeah.
So. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh yeah, we should.
You know, starting off the night
Yes.
with 118
Yeah.
proof
Thanks, Lon. I don't know what I'm doing.
may not have been the best choice.
You were questioning how you managed to get here
Yeah.
on the way in.
How did I get here?
Where is my
Days
beautiful
go
wife?
by. Thank you. See, the youngsters out there. There's a band called Talking Heads. Sorry.
By the way, did you watch the Saturday Night Live music one?
The music one I did.
Yes.
That was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was really, really good. And I loved the very, very beginning of it, where
Yeah.
it did like the mashups,
Yes.
like back and forth. I thought that was just phenomenal.
And that was like, they did that for 15 minutes.
Yeah, it
You
was
know,
really
they did
long.
that a long time.
Anyway, sorry, we're not talking about horror movies.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
That's giving me time to drink more.
Yes, I'm already 3 in.
Okay, I'm ready for mine.
I'm gonna go 1. I mean, as in a single.
All right, I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Now, how many numbers you got, Mr.
One.
Lynch?
And,
Okay,
and
good.
remember, the smaller number
Good.
is on the left
got-
hand.
he's got one.
Sorry, is on the right
On
hand
the
side.
right, don't, you're going to fuck him up. All right.
No.
Logan,
Are you ready?
Yes, fuck it. I'm going with it.
me too. 1.
2.
3,
All right. Now, since I can't see that far, what do we got?
4.
4, 3.
Okay.
So as the lowest, I'll
Sure.
talk.
Let's hear it.
It's really funny. It's really hot,
Yes.
but
Yes.
but it's funny because it's a hot that isn't unpleasant.
I'm with you. Okay, so far I'm with you.
You know, it's like I think it has a really good flavor. Doesn't have a lot of aftertaste.
Right.
To it, and and I think it also, like, as you drink more, the heat doesn't bother you so much.
Correct. You get used to it. I mean, and let's be clear, we started our night, and usually, you know, we record a couple episodes at a time. We started our night with 118
Right.
proof, so that's going to be super hot because you had nothing else today, right?
Yep.
Okay, just checking. You know?
Nice
Okay.
knowing you.
That it's going to be a little hotter because it's the first liquor to touch your lips.
Yes.
As I'm saying this, my tongue feels like it's swollen up, but
Now the burn's already going away from me.
Yeah.
Not. I mean, it's not so much in my mouth. It's the going down the throat. Yeah. God damn.
Giggity.
But it's
Sorry, folks.
But it's letting me take in the other flavors now. Like I think that it was a
Which
little
are what
strong
I
at
love
first.
about
Yeah.
this whiskey is the other flavors. The flavors that are in there are pungent. You
In a
taste
good way.
Yeah.
so much cherry. It tastes so rich. You know, it's not light. It's not subtle.
Right.
It's not a palate cleanser. This is a fucking whiskey.
Yes.
But the other thing that I think is interesting is, unless it's, for me, often, unless it's one of these whiskeys that we've had that is like, infused with green tea, or one of those like weird ones.
Yeah, one that I brought. You better bring that one.
I'm glad you bought it.
I'm
glad you
looking
brought
at it over there.
On a shelf of shame.
Yes, it's funny because it's like often I don't often taste the same things that I smell.
Okay.
Whereas like
Okay.
sometimes something will smell distinctly strong, but when I taste it, I'm like, oh, I don't really have that taste. This I taste cherry as well.
Yeah.
Like I definitely smell
absolutely
it.
To me, cherry, fig, those are prominent
Yeah.
in this. This is, I mean, the flavor is so robust. I can't get
Yeah.
over it.
Do you guys get a little smoke?
I don't really get a lot of smoke.
No.
No.
I get like
That
I feel
might
like
be
I'm
the
getting a
heat.
hint, like a small hint maybe.
But like
that could
smell?
just be the.
but a smoke as in like a peaty smoke, or
Let me try. Let me see if I can dial that in a little more.
because I don't. I mean, I definitely smell. I definitely taste. It's a cherry. It's a cherry taste to me.
No, never mind.
So,
But not not in an
it's
overly sweet way.
Part of that afterburn. It's like right after that goes away, then I get hit with what I thought was smoke, but I think that's just more the cherry on its way in, maybe. And
Sure.
I think that's what I'm tasting.
So let me elaborate on what this is a little bit more, because this is a Binny's hand selected. Binny's is the big liquor store out in the northern Illinois area. And Binny's did it, and a lot of people do these now. A lot of stores go out and they get their hand picked or whatever. But this is a private barrel select, so Binny's had them set aside barrels for them. This is barrel number 154, and it is 7.5 years, cask strength, 118 proof. And I just fucking love it.
Well, and it's so funny because it's like, as much as we've all had this conversation so many times before, of the color really doesn't make that much of a difference. This is a great color.
It's a beautiful, because it's so rich. You look at it and like I'm drinking chocolate milk.
Yes. Yeah, it's really
I'm
funny.
with
It's
you.
like
I'm with you.
it's such an enjoyable. It looks good drinking it.
Again, every time I taste it, I think I'm drinking like a grape juice or a. I mean, it's thick, it's rich,
It coats the.
it coats the
mouth
tongue.
perfectly.
Great legs.
Yep.
I just love it. I'm so excited.
Do
about
you
this.
swish around a little?
Yeah, I
before?
do.
Okay.
But it's harder when you do a high proof to swish around a high proof.
Because
like that.
it hurts a little
You
bit.
know?
Yeah, you're like, oh, that's a cut from earlier.
And then the fumes go down your throat before the whiskey does, and you're like, yeah.
That's what I was doing.
So-
That's what caused it. But
Just for argument's sake, and I want to do a little.
oh, you're gonna water this
I'm
down?
I'm
That's
just gonna.
blasphemy right now.
All right.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see because
maybe put a drop in there and then.
this will hold up to if you mix it with Coke. But if you mix it with Coke, I'm going to kick you in the neck.
Yeah.
But it'll hold up to whatever you mix with it.
Sure.
Right.
If you put this on ice, I think you're going to have the perfect drink, because it's going to that ice will cool it. It'll take off a little bit of that burn, but you're not going to lose a bit of flavor.
That's an interesting thing, right? In other words, it's like there are so many. Generally, obviously, I would always have everything neat because I like the warmth.
Yeah.
But like I don't disagree. I think this is. It's funny to me how like I hate the very very sweet whiskeys that we've drunk, and the whiskeys that are so sweet that you can like put a spoon in it.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Where it's like that to me.
Pick it up and it's still coated.
Right, that to me, those are the kind of things where it's like, an ice cube would probably help it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like this, there's just, I don't disagree. It's like, as much as I don't want to ruin the taste of this, I think an ice cube in here would probably actually.
Would you give it a 3?
I gave it a 3.
Just throwing that out there.
That is sort of middle of the road. It's not bad.
No.
But it's not good.
But I'm assuming you gave it a 3 mostly because of the burn.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And it was that initial burn that was like, oh wow.
Yeah, it'll. I mean, you coughed. I think on your second drink. So
I'm bringing mine up to a 4.5.
Damn, he's changing.
I'm loving this.
I'm gonna keep mine at a 4.
I'm gonna keep mine at a 3 because I'm not a flip flopper.
Flip flopper, whatever the fuck that is.
So while we're on the subject of flip flops, let's flip into the movie.
Wow.
Okay.
Good attempt. Good try.
Nice segue.
And the whole wolf and the wolf with the movie and the wolf wasn't enough.
I'm gonna point at moving forward.
All right.
Oh my god. Okay. So what movie did we watch?
Wolf Man.
Again.
Man.
Wolf
Pause.
Man.
Pause, man.
Well, okay. So we're rating it first, right?
Oh yeah,
yes,
we should.
Should do that.
Well, we should explain real quick though. This is the 2025 version,
the brand new one,
not the 2010 version,
not the Benicio del Toro version,
not the original black and white with Lon Chaney, by the way, who I was named after,
or the James Spader.
That was
Wolf.
That doesn't count. That wouldn't
James
even
Spader
Man.
and
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing?
That doesn't even. That
Marking my territory.
But the point of this movie was to be a reboot of the Universal Monster.
100%. And we'll talk about that after we do the review. Because I think the confusion you had will lead to some of this conversation.
Let's go. Okay. Here we go.
Now, Mr. Lynch.
All right.
Which is your lower number? Oh, you're doing one again.
Doing one
again.
again.
That's probably safe for you.
Yeah.
I just thought it'd be easier to just kind of go with one number.
Just
that works.
118 proof is kicking me.
Reduce the complication.
1,
2. I thought you were gonna go like 118, like 1, and I was like,
no,
yeah, 18. We've already established that.
We used to do that so well. Somebody would say 1, somebody would say 2, we'd jump and do 3. It worked out.
Okay, start again. Start again.
1,
2,
3.
Okay, what you got? A 4.
Logan gives it a 4.
I gave it a 2.4.
I gave it a 3.5.
Okay.
So obviously you hate God.
So I watched it, like we saw it at the movie theater.
We went to the actual theater, saw it on a big screen.
Paid real money to see it.
Real money. Not the fake money he usually
I
has.
tried to get into Monopoly, man. It didn't work.
And then I saw it at home a couple of days ago. You know, the 2.4 is...
Were you turning into the...
The 2.4 is based on... It's like, it wasn't a terrible movie. It just wasn't... It wasn't the movie that I thought I was going to see. But that leads me... We can talk about... Okay, so...
Just get it out, man. Come on.
Okay, so
Don't
to me, the whole fact that there was a space between wolf and man it is a very distinct thing as a differentiator of what the movie was.
Okay.
Because to me, this was a wolf man as opposed to wolf man.
Okay.
You know, in other words, like American Werewolf in London, all those kind of things. That's basically the person is transitioning into a werewolf.
Fully
transitioning into a werewolf. This is a man who has wolf characteristics.
Okay.
And so I think that is the distinction of wolf space man.
Okay.
And not wolf space man.
But space man.
And so it's so I'll stop there. You guys can be wrong and
well, you gave it the highest.
I'll go next. So I was actually very happy with the film. I think that they did a good job of character building. They didn't spend too much time on it. I think they brought more feeling to the person behind the person becoming the Wolfman. You could say some of it was kind of cheesy. You know, the beginning I felt like with the dad walking with the son was a little, I don't want to say over the top, but it was just kind of like...
You can say over the top.
Yeah, it's it was like a switch.
I didn't think it was that over the top.
But I did like... everybody's character was developed. I felt that, that was one of the questions I had for you guys was, the transition. I appreciated the slower transition of the wolf. Obviously, there's spoilers in this, but
it's a new movie out. So
it wasn't like
spoilers.
What we got
Come
in
back and watch
American Werewolf in London, where it was like human wolf. You know, it was like, it was gradual.
And here's the key. Again, werewolf story versus a wolf man.
Yes.
It's like the werewolf is someone who transitions to a wolf during the full moon and then transitions back to a man.
Correct.
This character, spoilers, basically he gets bitten or scratched. Yes, gets scratched and starts turning into a wolf.
Which is pretty much the whole movie. It's about him slowly turning into the wolf.
And the credit that I will 100% give this movie is I thought it was a fairly new thing for me to see the wolf point of view of like, you know.
Yes.
I loved that.
Yes.
I did love that.
Like you're seeing, and especially the way they did it like early on, where it's like you can still like he can still somewhat pick up what his wife is saying or his little girl is saying, but it's clearly getting harder and harder to understand.
Yes.
And then like obviously, and there's one scene where he's almost completely converted, but still in the house, where the camera like goes from him looking at his wife and then transitions out.
And she doesn't make any sense when she's talking
right.
or whatever.
And now all of a sudden, like it goes the other way, and he starts like. That was so unique.
Yeah, that was really
I'm sure
good.
someone's going to tell me, no, they did it in some other movie.
Well,
it doesn't matter.
I was going to lead into that.
The point
So
of it. This was well
I
done.
felt like they used I got the sense of Color Out of Space.
Oh yes,
I like that.
That was-
especially in the barn.
Yeah.
Like the barn scene was very much that.
Yeah, so that I did like that, and I liked the fact that, you know, because how frustrating is that for, you know, as a person, you're used to understanding somebody, and then you're like, what the hell are you saying?
And you don't know what's happening.
Yeah, you know what you're saying. They can't understand.
Right,
you
when he
can't
says,
understand
I
them.
can't understand you,
Yeah, it's like,
she has no idea what he's saying.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was a fan of. I liked the
like
fact
that
that
part
they did that much emphasis on him transitioning and not just saying, "Oh yeah, here he is. Now he's a wolf." You know, although you could probably see the fact that the dad it was going to be him. That was the wolf.
It became pretty clear as soon as the other wolf was tracking around the house and seemed to know certain things about the house.
Yeah.
Like I was like, yeah, clearly that's the dad.
Yep.
You know, and the fact that he was missing. They didn't find his body.
Yeah,
right. I don't think that was a
announced.
surprise to anybody.
Yeah.
Because that was exactly the whole point. As soon as you knew his dad was missing, and you know it's a Wolfman movie, you're like, oh, Dad's a Wolfman now.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they saw him in the woods, and he knows he's going to try to go after him. That was obvious.
Yeah.
To me, this was not a remake.
Not in any way,
Because
shape, or
the
form.
story is nowhere near the original story.
Yep.
I have reserve about calling it a reboot.
Ooh.
Because this is not, as Warwick eloquently put, this is not a Wolfman story where you have gypsies that put upon a curse, where you change on the full moon and then change back to a man.
Right.
And there is no similarity to that whatsoever.
Do we know?
This is a lycanthrope movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we know if they're planning to bring back all of the Universal monsters?
Well, that's what this was supposed to be. They're trying to reboot all the Universal monsters for this
kind
era.
of ended though.
What?
Kind of ended though, right?
What, this one?
Yeah.
Right. But
not necessarily.
You don't know that there's not another wolf.
The jogger.
Correct.
We still don't know about the jogger. The jogger
Right.
might still be out there.
So I was thinking
Or
about
somebody
that.
else's dad
And the other
did.
thing is too is, I mean, if you notice, the dad, Lovell, I believe his name was,
Right.
got stabbed in the back, and he just pulled the knife out and was like, okay. So obviously they have heightened something, and he's been able to live in the wilderness for however many. It's at least probably 30 years, I would think.
Sure.
The dad's only been missing a couple of years.
Yeah, but
That's-
because
that's
he
plenty of
stopped
time.
talking to him first, right?
Right, he could have been
then-
gone by that, but
I assumed he was gone from the time that he left.
but we're talking up in the Ozarks, or no? Where were they?
That was
Not in the Ozarks.
Oregon. Yeah.
So they're up in the Oregon mountains. How often do the cops go up there and check to see if you're alive?
Well, I get that, but clearly at some point someone did, because normally it's a year of being missing that they'll officially say yeah,
I wonder what it is
you're dead.
in Oregon. Maybe
it's
more.
more.
Yeah, they're probably like, 2 days. You seen them woods?
You're in the woods, forget you.
See ya.
But the point is, this was, to me, it was a disease movie. It
Yes.
wasn't a curse movie.
Oh, 100%.
So
Like
I could
Wolfman should have been.
I could see them then taking. See, that's where I worry that if this was the boot up of this Universal
The reboot?
monster,
Did you say boot up?
I say boot up because supposedly this is
like boot up, boot
like
up.
a
Like the guy with the belly
reimagining, but
there.
it's like dun, 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 dun. Anyway, I feel like if this is the reboot, if you will, then maybe somebody will come in and say, hey, we found this mountain man, and then we synthetically made a new person that then could turn into the Wolfman, right? Like,
Well,
would they go that route?
Well, now you're changing it to a science fiction.
Exactly. So that's why I don't know. I mean, the only thing I could see is that obviously he gets shot in the chest, which I thought was interesting because I'm like, okay, he's right there, blow his freaking face off, But he gets shot in the chest and he passes away, is what it looks like. But to me, I feel like he could recover from that. It wasn't a silver bullet, likely.
Well,
right?
but
they
silver
didn't
bullets
talk
didn't
about
make
that. Yeah.
it.
But
That's not a silver
again,
bullet movie.
it's the curse.
Correct,
It's
that
the
makes
curse
the
that makes the
silver-
silver bullet
Right.
fix the situation.
Right.
Like, to me, that's the this is one of these things where it's like, if it had been called.
The lycanthrope.
Or the Mystery Mountain Man. I don't know, like
Or
something.
rabies sucks.
That
would have been.
I'd watch that.
Yeah.
But it's. I think I would have given it a different rating because it wasn't I thought the acting was great.
Yeah.
Again, I thought
I
some of
agree.
the things that were unique about it were really, really good.
Yeah. I thought.
I had a problem with it being called Wolfman, even if it was Wolf Man.
Yeah.
I get it.
And again, as you said, going into it thinking that this was the reboot, because
that's what
the
we were
reboot
told. That's what we
of
were-
Universal Monsters and
Right.
whatever. But there's no way that they can open Dark Universe, with Wolfman being there and somehow liken it to this, because it's a different.
Agreed.
It's a totally
Lycanthrope it?
I was going to
Wow.
go there because it's a totally different.
I agree.
Wolfman.
I agree. So my whole point of that, or my whole take on this movie is, it was a great movie for what they did as far as the turning into a wolf. And honestly, his dad was a way cooler looking Wolfman than he was. He looked bald most of the time, and I expect my Wolfman to be hairy.
Right.
But it wasn't a reboot. It wasn't a remake. It wasn't the same Wolfman. You don't have to be the exact same story, but what makes Wolfman, Universal Wolfman,
There are
is the
core
curse, the gypsies, and the full moon and changing back and forth.
Right.
Yeah.
And the silver bullet.
And the silver bullet and all that goes
I
with it.
wondered
This wasn't
that,
that.
like,
But it was still a great movie.
The one thing I did like was that it wasn't over multiple days, right? It felt
Sure.
to me like that
It was still one
It was
or 2
almost.
days.
I don't want to say it's real time, but it felt like it was going
Sure.
in that
No, I'd
real
go for
time
that.
of okay, this is a lot that's happening.
It was one day.
It was one evening.
I think it was 2 days because it was the night
drive
and then in the
there.
morning he woke up and then they were. Well, the days passed pretty quickly after that, though.
No,
I
but
think it was 2
in other words,
nights.
it's like they got there in the early evening. It was dark when the truck crashed, and dark when they got into the. In other words, you never saw it light outside
Yeah, until the night.
until the very next day when he's dead and they walk out and stand and look at the beautiful countryside in Oregon.
Yes.
Which is supposed to let you know, as Dad said, you can look at the countryside and know that everything will be all right.
Right, I get it.
Which was the reason they saw it at the
I did
end.
like that they brought it back full circle, but if you think
did.
about it, it was father and son, then it was mother and daughter.
Correct.
I thought that was a
Yes.
nice
Correct.
little.
And I like
Yin
that.
and yang.
I did like the touches of the building the characters
Yes.
of at the beginning where it's like, oh, it's my job to make you safe, and the fact that he was a little bit gruff initially because obviously he's taking some of the things from his dad.
Sure. Sure.
It's like there were some sweet parts of it.
Yep.
And again, if it was called anything else, I'm sure in my mind I would have given.
What if it was called Wolf Point? Would you?
Well, honestly, they could have called it Wolfman if it was just Wolfman, one word, or I don't know. But the simple fact that they tried to tie it into Universal Studios reboot
Right.
of all their monsters, that this shouldn't have been that.
Yes.
It's a great story, but if they took those elements and put it into the actual story of Wolfman, that would have been phenomenal.
I feel
And I
like-
still think it was a
yeah.
phenomenal movie, just wasn't the Wolfman story.
I think it was a great movie. I don't think it was a phenomenal movie.
Okay.
So
That's-
it's
I
possible they
could go
could
with
take
that.
this then and move it forward by, because right now you don't really know what started the initial Wolfman that his father was going after. So
No.
it could still be the whole gypsy thing. They could,
Sure.
So they kind of left that. I mean, they could come back out and say Wolfman Origins or something, right? I feel like they could
I
do
think
something.
ultimately you'll go back and it will be some yokel had sex with a wolf
Oh, gee.
and spawned a wolf baby.
Yeah. Which then turned into
A
a
wolf
man,
man.
A wolf pup.
which then eventually became a cop.
Oh,
Wolf
Cop
Cop.
Wolf, Wolf Cop. That
Yeah.
would have been a Cop Wolf.
There you
Great
go.
movie.
I don't know what Cop Wolf is, but Wolf Cop is.
So,
I have no idea what time we're at. What are we at?
31
Okay.
minute mark.
All right.
And just so you guys know, we're trying to like keep things brief so that you guys watch all the way to the end. Like and comment and tell us whether we're doing the right thing.
We got to do a new ending.
We do.
Oh, okay. That's our
Maybe
ending.
we'll work
gonna
on that later.
be.
Too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't right now.
Let us know in the comments down below what you thought of it. I hope you saw it before you watch this, because if you didn't,
Spoilers.
Whoopsie.
but let us know what you thought. I think it was a great movie, just shouldn't have been called Wolfman. Logan thinks it's actually even better than that and is just okay the way it is. And Mr.
Still
Price,
still worth a watch.
he just got turned off totally by the fact that they tried to make it a reboot and it had nothing to do with the
Yes.
original.
I could have been so much happier if they'd have called it something else.
Yeah. But this is phenomenal.
This
Go
is
get some
phenomenal.
of this.
Yes.
I think that's the
Get
first
some
time I've
of
given a
this.
4 and a 4.
Really?
Yes.
You're in a good mood tonight.
Double 44.
Wow. All right.
That's a good
Well,
one.
there you go. All
Keep
right.
it going.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you for joining us.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Follow us on social media.
Oh, shit.
What did you do?
What happened?
I went down the wrong pipe.
Okay. Let's just continue. Ignore him.
Everyone for joining us
Like-
on another. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Like,
I would. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Hey, follow us on social media. Right here.
I want to do like 5 million takes.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Be sure to follow us on social media.
Feeling good about this one.
What's the matter with that? What's the matter
I
with
said
that one?
feeling good about this one.
What's wrong with that one?
Nothing was
Nothing.
wrong with it.
I don't know what the fuck you're doing for
I
it.
don't know.
I'm pointing to.
Pointing does nothing. This is a
but
social
you
media.
see it
it's
on
all-
different lines. and
yes,
so I'm like,
but do you
I'm
know where
pointing-
the lines actually
By
are?
the way, no one can see you because there's a big logo right here.
that's
I
the
know, they can
point.
hear me, though.
No,
We
they
did that on
can't.
purpose.
I'm Logan Lynch.
We're
over
gonna,
here.
we're gonna
Nobody listens.
cut that out.
Who the fuck is Logan Lynch? Who names
Best.
himself
That sounds like a made-up name to
Doesn't
me.
it though? Amen.